Go treat yourself. Pursue good food. Go treat yourself. Go do it. Go treat yourself. Pursue good food.
I say, treat yourself.
Baseball's back, everyone, which means you're soon going to be here at Fenway Park for a Red Sox game, whether it's 2 games, 20 games, maybe you're a season ticket holder and it's 81 plus. If you're coming here, it also means you're going to want to stuff your face and have drinks before or after a game, right? Right. So this episode of Treat Yourself is just about that. You're going to go treat yourself when you come to see the Sox. You know, I call this show Treat Yourself for a reason. It's not settle for less or waste your money on crap. So if you're heading to a Red Sox game and you want to go big, or maybe you'd rather not eat at a filthy street meat cart or go to the usual overcrowded hellhole that seemingly everybody else goes to, these are the spots I would recommend that you go to instead. Let's begin with one of my go-tos and my hands-down favorite restaurant in Boston, Eastern Standard. Located just a short walk from Fenway Park at 528 Comm Ave, Eastern Standard to me can be summed up in 2 words: consistent and classy. Consistent because no matter how many times I've been to Eastern Standard, everything from their perfectly crafted cocktails to anything on their menu, from steak tartare to their burger, is always nailed. Their burger, to me, one of the best in the city. Seared Maine salmon, one of my favorite entrees you'll find in Boston. The steak frites, they're a winner. And you can't go wrong with anything from the raw bar. Or maybe just going with a few appetizers as your entree. Like get those mussels with chorizo and a nice hunk of bread. You can sop up all the precious juice. So good. Eastern Standard's classiness, well, that's evident as soon as you walk through the door. The room is dark, decked out in wood and red leather, and whether you get a corner booth, a seat on the outdoor patio, or you cozy up to the bar, everywhere you look in Eastern Standard, it just oozes a real sexy vibe. The service, always top-notch. Bartenders, some of the best you'll find in the city. Oh, and do yourself a favor if you're coming to Eastern Standard, get the Butterscotch bread pudding. It's served with praline ice cream and salted caramel, and it's one of the most delicious desserts you will ever put in your mouth, I promise you. It's out of control good. If you're in the mood for something a little more seafood-centric, then you should make a reservation at Eastern Standard's sister restaurant just a few doors down on Comm Ave, Island Creek Oyster Bar. Island Creek, also one of my favorite restaurants in Boston. I've never had a bad meal here. The oysters run about $3 to $5 each, but they're worth it, and they have the best oysters I've had in the city when it comes to quality and freshness. Their fried oyster slider, that should be on your radar as well. It's a deep-fried oyster on a slightly grilled bun with a little dollop of chili lime aioli. Oh, delicious. I'd also recommend trying the Lobster roe noodles. That seems to be one of Island Creek's more popular dishes. It's what to order if you want to leave full and have both a taste of the land and the sea. It's full of lobster meat and braised short rib. It's hearty, it's flavorful, and fantastic. I'd also say the same thing about their clam chowder. It's thick, creamy, big bits of bacon in it. Oh, it's amazing. Same goes for the lobster roll, too. And maybe the most underrated thing you can get at Island Creek Oyster Bar? Old Bay fries. I'm of the belief that Old Bay seasoning makes everything better. Old Bay the world. Put it on popcorn, the rim of a Bloody Mary, steak tips, the palm of your hand, and then lick it. Old Bay rules. And Old Bay on fries? Oh my God, it's maybe the best way to use it above all. So get yourself a side of them, or get them with the fried fish sandwich, which is also a great choice off the menu. You know, I can already hear some of you. These places are expensive and uppity, Murray. All right, fine. We'll focus on a few places that'll be kinder to your wallet. How about that? If you're looking to treat yourself before or after a Sox game, go further down Comm Ave, located where the beloved and sleazy deli house used to be. It's the Lower Depths. If you've never been before, the Lower Depths best known for 3 things: tacos, tots, and delicious hot dogs. Also, you hardcore craft beer dorks who get all horny for gross IPAs, you'll be happy to know that the Lower Depths has a pretty deep beer list. But thankfully, they still got cheap domestics like PBR and Miller High Life for trash like me. But back to the food. You can't go wrong with the tots, especially the poutine tots or the Kenmore tots that come smothered in cheddar jack cheese, bacon, and chipotle aioli. Same for the tacos. They got something for everybody in regard to the meats, or even, believe it or not, a tasty vegetarian option with their buffalo Brussels tacos. I've had them, they're great. Fair warning though, 2 things you gotta know before you step foot into the Lower Depths. 1, they're cash only, but there's an ATM right on the premises, so it's really not that big of a deal. And 2, they unfortunately use fake ketchup. There's not a bottle of Heinz to be found in the place, not one. Instead, it's this garbage. House recipe. House recipe? Get the hell out of here with this. Spend the few extra dollars, give the people what they want, give them Heinz, the only ketchup. But yeah, other than that, the lower depths, it's great. And it's a fantastic place to go for a quick, relatively cheap snack. One of the most slept-on bar restaurants in the city is Audubon, which is located within walking distance of Fenway Park. 838 Beacon Street is where you'll find them. And Audubon's best attributes are their incredibly friendly bartenders who can make you whatever you're looking for, to the burger, which doesn't come with fries, by the way. They don't serve fries. Instead, you get delicious roasted potatoes. And their fish tacos, their overall chill atmosphere. I love Audubon. It's a great option when you just want to get away from all the madness that's surrounding that immediate area around Fenway Park. If it is madness you're looking for, though, one of the places in the shadow of the ballpark I can recommend, especially if you've never been, is Bleacher Bar, located on Lansdowne Street. And it's literally built into Fenway Park. Again, this is a recommendation solely based on if you've never been, because you should see it. I mean, the atmosphere is really cool. It offers you a unique view of the park from the outfield. Beyond that, Bleacher Bar, it offers your typical pub grub. Their onion rings, they're great. They come with a delicious spicy ranch you can dip into, and they're a real party. They get stiff drinks, cold beers. The Bleacher Bar, it can be fun. But do know it gets real crowded, real fast, and it's very touristy. Last but not least, there's a couple of great options on Boylston Street that I want to suggest to you. Hojoko, attached to the Verb Hotel, which, by the way, worth checking out alone simply for some of the old music and local radio memorabilia they got on the walls, offers sushi, ramen, and many delicious Polynesian-themed drinks and equally fun-themed glasses. I love the vibe of Hojoko. There's usually cool DJs there. It's a fantastic spot for nightlife, even when it's not game day. And then there's the brown buttered lobster roll at Eventide. Have you had this thing yet? And if you haven't, and you lust for lobster, what the hell are you waiting for? Because this, my friends, is the best lobster roll I've ever stuffed into my mouth. Now, it's a bit different, and you can tell that just by looking at it. It's served on a deliciously squishy roll. It's almost like a bao bun, and the meat, fresh, sweet, perfect with the brown butter. I'm forever team butter over team mayo when it comes to lobster rolls, and if you feel the same, I can't stress it enough. You need this thing. Well, you need at least two of these things, because that's the one real issue with Eventide. The lobster rolls are too small. Everything is too small. I am a large, greedy pig of a man who wants only the largest portions, especially when it comes to a lobster roll this delicious. It needs to be bigger, but whatever. It's still worth trying at least once, especially if you've never been to the original Eventide in Maine, and if you got that craving for lobster on a hot summer day before seeing the Red Sox. That's going to do it. As always, appreciate you watching, and if you like this episode, please do send the link to any of your friends who might be interested in checking it out, and please share it on your socials. Until next time, this is Big Jim Murray reminding you, life's too short, people, so treat yourself.